Have you ever thought about possibly starting an online membership as another arm or another stream of income for your business? I know I have. And my guest today is going to tell us all about it, all the things that you need to know before you get that online membership up and running. I can't wait for you to meet Gina Moccio from Babe Crafted and everything she has to tell us about starting an online membership. Are you ready to get started? I know I am. Episode 233 starts right now. Hey there, welcome to the Laura Shipman Show. We hang out here weekly to talk about things like social media, entrepreneurship, marketing, tools, strategies, tips, and it all starts right now. Hey there, before we get started with the show, I just want to share my passion with you. I love teaching people just like you how to master social media for business, breaking it down into easy to consume and easy to execute steps so that you can see immediate results. So whether you want to start a social media consultancy or grow your brand's presence on social media, I can help. I can help you get started and master all the things that you need to know. So I want you to go over to my website. It is filled with resources, tools, tips, and courses. Visit laurashipman.com. That's LORA shipman.com to get all the goods. Now, you ready for the show? I know I am. Let's get started. Well, hey, everybody, welcome back. I'm so excited because I have someone very special with me today, and you guys are going to love her topic and the content we're talking about. Please welcome Gina Moccio to our podcast, and she is with Babe Crafted. Gina, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to hear all about you and your business, and then, of course, membership. So welcome.
Thank you so much, Laura. I am over the moon to be here with you today and to share and spill some tea and all that good stuff.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait. Tell us, though, before we get into the juicy stuff, what is Babe Crafted?
Sure. So to sum up Babe Crafted, we are an action-packed girl gang full of members from all over the country, from all different backgrounds and industries. We have members in the interior design industry. We have members who are web designers, who are financial advisors. We've got a little bit of everything, but members come to us with the goals of building community, building authentic relationships, and to up-level their visibility online.
Awesome. So how did you start Babe Crafted? What was like the idea behind it? What brought you to this point today?
Of course. So at my last day job, I was running social media and PR for a restaurant group in the Tampa Bay area. And as much as I loved getting to use my creativity in those ways, I just realized that I really wanted to have control over what projects I took on, over who I worked with, over where I worked. I'd really love to be able to split my time between Tampa and London, as well as some, really, I'm excited to travel anywhere. But London is my favorite place. So I started a business called Boss Babe Club. So I actually have two brands. And Boss Babe Club was something that was born out of this idea that women in my area deserved to be celebrated just as much as women in New York or LA. 4 years ago, when I was coming up with a business idea and, putting all of my ideas together, getting my ducks in a row, I just realized that there was more of a mainstream conversation happening, more attention being turned towards amazing women entrepreneurs. But I felt like at the time, and it's changed a lot since then, but at the time it was like you had to live in a big city in order to be recognized, in order to find that community. So I wanted to foster that here. I wanted to highlight stories here. I wanted to build community here. And then, of course, we have grown into offering the Babe Crafted membership. Later, I did start the membership because I realized not only were women needing to have their stories highlighted to be celebrated, but they also needed help promoting their business. They needed help being the face of their brand. So I started Boss Babe Club, and then I later launched Babe Crafted, the membership, because I saw a gap in the market. I wanted to bridge my experiences with my goal of highlighting women. So that's how that spark started.
That's so neat. So tell me, like in Babe Crafted, the membership, what do you get as being a member of Babe Crafted?
Of course. So we have a few different levels of membership. The experience is a little bit different if you live in Tampa Bay versus if you live in Avon, Colorado, like one of our members, Kinsey does, for example. So what you gain access to is this automatic community of women who are ready to show up for you and rally for you. So we have a members only Facebook group that's very active and welcoming. You receive a t-shirt and a laptop sticker and handwritten note in the mail. So you get a goodie pack sent to you. You are listed in our public member directory. A lot of memberships do not have this feature. You don't always get a chance to know who the members are that you're going to get a chance to meet before you join, but that is something that is available to us. It's also the most visited page on our website. We have weekly events in Babe Crafted. We have in-person events for our local babes. We have lots of virtual jam-packed events for our digital babes. So it's a really our membership is like this nice little magical universe where there are a ton of layers to it and a ton of different benefits for you to take part in, no matter what your goals are for that quarter. Like if you're looking to build visibility, we've got opportunities for that. If you're looking to build relationships, we've got opportunities for that as well.
So, okay. So is it like networking, and also is there like a learning component to it, like a marketing component to it?
Most definitely, yes.
Okay.
So there's a lot of built-in networking, of course, in a non-salesy way.
Right.
Like members are really showing up to get to know each other on a deeper level. And then for the educational component, we have past workshop replays, we have downloadables and resources for you in our member portal. And then all of our workshops are focused on marketing and business foundation topics, everything from mastering sounds a little intimidating, but becoming proficient at IG stories, using them for your business, to learning about trademarks and what you need to protect in your business as far as intellectual property goes.
That's awesome. So that's actually incredible. So anybody can join no matter where they are. Do they have to be in the US or can it be international too?
That's a good question. So right now, I really am sticking with US-based babes because of the time zone difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure that whoever joins Babe Crafted is really able to fully take advantage of the resources. I know that as a business owner, you do not have unlimited resources or time or money. So I want to make sure that you're able to attend as much as you can, take part in as much as you can. We do have a few UK-based members, and they've been having a great experience and
Mm-hmm.
have really enjoyed getting to know, their fellow ladies. So we're just kind of taking it slow as far as that expansion goes.
So, okay, that's interesting. And then I was going to ask about, the workshops and stuff that you do for the members who, are enrolled and everything. How often do those workshops happen? Are they monthly, quarterly, weekly?
So our in-person workshops, we host one of those per month on a different topic, and we typically pull from our members to choose speakers for these types of topics.
Okay.
Our virtual events, we have 3 of those per month. So to get all together, you can expect at least 4 events on the calendar.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. So you've got a lot of talented people inside the organization or inside the membership who can really deliver. And then do you do outside speakers as well, like people who are not in the membership, or?
We do sometimes pull for outside
You
speakers.
do.
I want to make sure that whoever you're hearing from really has a ton of expertise to offer, because I want you to take away some really tangible takeaways so you can apply them to your business. I want you to always feel like there's something for you to learn and grow from,
Mm-hmm.
and that you can easily add it to your business and feel like you're moving forward.
That's awesome. I mean, that's such a great membership to have and for people to be involved in, because learning, there are handbooks and there are classes on how to run a business, but when you really get into it hands on and you're in the thick of it, it's every business is different. Every model is different. Everything that you actually do has a different outcome. So to have a sounding board and people who are actually going through it with you can really help you out. I think that's phenomenal. It sounds like a really interesting group. Just before we go any further, just tell people what the website is if somebody wants to check it out.
Sure, of course. So we are at babecrafted.com. And then you can also find us on Instagram and Facebook at babecrafted.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, so today you're going to talk to us about membership and how to get started with your own membership. If people have, I know there's a lot of people out there who always talk about, I really want to, start a membership because I can offer all this value to the people who follow me maybe on social media. How do you get started? Like, what is that first step to dip that toe in the water?
That's a great question. And I want to preface this by saying that, when I originally started my business, a membership was not on the horizon for me, like it happened organically. So I wanted to put that out there that it's okay to learn as you go. But as far as getting started, I think it's really important to map out the kind of membership experience you want to provide. What types of educational resources do you want to offer? What's going to be the shape of that membership? How often are you going to meet? Is there going to be a Facebook group? How are you going to connect the members with each other? I just want you to have, as clear of a picture as you can before you get started, because once you do get started, like, you turn that faucet on and here we go. But I think that there are so many business owners out there that have a wealth of expertise to offer. And I think that memberships could be a fantastic fit for them, both from a standpoint of reaching more people with their message, but then also offering like a really accessible way for them to join in. They might not, this is not a one-to-one, hefty coaching package. Like, this is a group learning experience. And then it can also be a really great way to add another income stream, if there are other things that you offer.
So do you think it's feasible for somebody to do a membership or add that stream of income to their business as well as whatever else they're doing? Like, or is that like 100% you got to focus just on the membership?
That's a good question. So if you are a solopreneur,
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's really helpful if 100% of your energy is focused on nurturing that membership. If you have a team, then you could add it to your offerings. But I do want to emphasize that you don't want to only decide to offer a membership if you're looking to add an income stream. There's got to be a deeper motive, a deeper mission than that. Otherwise, your members are going to start to feel that it's an afterthought, and they're not going to stick around. You're not going to have that retention.
Yeah, like they're going to end up feeling like they're a membership due, for example, like dues, and that's it. Not that there's any sort of, like you say, mission behind it, whether you really want to serve people, educate people, give them a community or something like that. That makes a lot of sense and something to really think of. So you've decided to create a membership, and I guess my question is, you just don't like open up the door and say, I'm here, right? Like, how do you get the members? Like, how do you get them involved, and where do you find them? What attracts them to your membership?
That's a good question. So I think that, let me start from a personal standpoint. So Babe Crafted, part of the initial success of our membership is that I was already very heavily involved with our local wedding industry. So I already had a lot of contacts of, women business owners, and I could see that there was a gap in the market in our area. So there was that existing need there. And then I already had some audience
Mm-hmm.
from the content that I had been creating under, with my brand Boss Babe Club. So it's just a matter of connecting the pieces. The way that I gained my initial members upon launching, my original goal was to launch with 50 members, because at the time it was only in person. We weren't offering a digital membership. And we launched with 30. And the way that I did that was I wasn't targeting a generic audience. Like, I was specifically hosting meetings and phone calls with women that I already knew and had relationships with. And they saw the potential and the value in what I was looking to offer. So I think it's important to, launch funnels are important. A launch strategy is important as far as from a digital standpoint, but you also want to really source from the existing people that you have a rapport with, that you already have that know, like, trust with.
Yeah, that's a good point. So you started with a local group of people that you knew, or people like a local network, I should say, of a personal network. And then you invited them, introduced them, and then it just kind of like morphs from there, right? It kind of does like a snowball effect, because the minute you start, I'm assuming, dropping value on these people, and they're having these little mini wins through whatever meetings or get togethers you're having, they just can't help but spread the word.
Definitely. And my strategy since then, really most of our members, it's about 50-50 between
Mm-hmm.
they're a referral from another member,
Mm-hmm.
or it's come from me reaching out to them, and developing a relationship and really introducing them from a from a pitching standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
Um, So it's a combination of me really going out there and, hitting the pavement, as well as referrals, because, members are having a good experience. They're going to tell their friends about it. And today, there has been a lot of fluctuation with our membership because of COVID. I mean, I know everyone's business, it has been, there's been a lot of pivoting.
Yeah.
So right now we have 144 members, and most of our members are based in Tampa Bay, but we do have members in states like Colorado and New York and Georgia and Massachusetts and Texas, California.
Okay, cool. So did you do any paid advertising, or is it all by word of mouth? Have you done that? And like social media or postings and things like that?
I personally have done very little paid advertising up until this point. It is something that I am going to start really implementing into my strategy for 2021.
Mhm.
Because there are only so many Instagram messages that you can send as
Yeah.
one person who's also running so many other aspects of the business. As a
Yeah.
solopreneur who works with a VA and an event assistant, it's a very tight knit team. So paid advertising is something that I think that, once you have your initial audience and you have some initial members coming to you, I think that paid advertising really could be a good fit.
Okay. So you did say you have a team of people who help you, or are you doing this on your own?
So I have the support system that I have is I do have a VA that I work with. Shout out to Kristen of Vow and Vast. She helps keep me accountable, helps me manage my calendar and projects so that I have a really bad habit of saying yes to everything.
Mhm.
And that's not sustainable as a business owner. So I have Kristen, and then I also work with Meg, who is her name is Megan Waukee. She's a personal assistant. I work with her on my in-person events. It's just, it's so much easier to do setup, breakdown, facilitate the event when I've got a sidekick.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. If you've ever been, many moons ago, I used to do event planning for a major retailer, and it was insane. It's just, you do need some hands and some feet on the ground to help you get that
Heck yes.
executed. Yeah, it's a big job. It's a huge job. So tell me, what are some of like the major benefits of having a membership? So if somebody was to say, yep, I think this is for me and my business, it would be a great add-on to my business. I really think I can serve some people. What are some of those benefits that they can expect to have?
Of course. So I think some really great membership benefits, in addition to, um, I think the biggest benefit for me has been getting to take the skills that I have, like as someone who is a social media professional, who is an event professional, and make those lessons and that expertise I have go further. Instead of working on clients only one to one, which I really enjoy, but we get to spread that expertise around a bit more, and it's more of a guided experience. It's a group experience for members. So I think it's really awesome to get to be surrounded by so many different types of businesses.
Hmm.
So it's also like keeping me on my toes.
Hmm.
I have to be I have to be in tip top shape. I have to stay sharp in order to continue serving. So it definitely helps me stay challenged. And then it's also really great to be able to really share that expertise with people on a larger scale.
Yeah, definitely. I can see how that would pay off really well. So, but there's got to be some sort of challenges you go with too. Like with any business, there's a challenge, right? Like there's some things that maybe aren't the most favorite things, or things that maybe you should take into consideration before you say, "Yes, I'm here for it. I'm going to do that." What would some of those challenges be?
Of course. So one of the challenges is that, we're never going to be perfect.
Hmm.
We have all of these events at different times, and I'm never going to be able to hit everybody's schedule the way that they would like it. And that is definitely a pain
Hmm.
point I have, but we do our best to serve everyone, to the best of our ability. So that's a challenge, something I've had to grapple with, the fact that it's not always going to be the perfect fit for everybody.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's been also a really big challenge to set some boundaries. I know
Hmm.
that this is relevant no matter what type of business you have, but as someone who runs a membership, who my business is built on the personal relationships that I have with my members, as well as the ones they have with each other. And as someone who is a very sensitive person, it's been really difficult to maintain some kind of a boundary between myself and my business. You know, um, Back when I first started, the first time I had someone leave my membership, which
Hmm.
is inevitable, that's going to happen. It really broke me. It
Hmm.
really, I just was not prepared for that. So, through like therapy and, also just like really practicing having boundaries in place and being kind to my future self by maintaining those boundaries has been really helpful. Something that has come up as well is like, I didn't realize in the beginning how important my membership platform would be. So there was a time in the beginning when I didn't fully research a platform. I didn't
Mm.
realize like, oh, this isn't going to be big enough for us. We're going to outgrow this. As soon as I add everybody to it, we're going to outgrow it. So that was a big headache of like investing time and energy into a platform like called Member Planet that was just not a right fit for us. So I really did my homework the next time around before I then chose Kajabi, and that's where we are now, where all of our membership content is held, all of our onboarding, all of those details that really make an impact when someone initially joins our group.
Yeah, I've heard like amazing things about Kajabi, especially if you're doing trainings and things like that or courses, which sounds like you guys are doing a lot of that. Kajabi is a great platform for that. That's amazing. Okay, so just out of curiosity, in case we have a lot of local listeners, how much is the membership to join?
Sure, of course. So our digital membership is $29 per month. Our Classic Babe membership is $49 per month. And then we have a premium level of membership, which includes everything that the digital and Classic Babes receive. But then there's also a lot of one-on-one
Mm-hmm.
coaching and attention
Oh,
and experiences, and that is $104 per month. And something that we do a little differently than some other memberships I've seen is that we do ask our members to commit to us for 1 year. And
mm-hmm.
the reasoning for that is I want members to join us with the mindset of, okay, I'm gonna commit to this program. I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna put in some time and energy to get the results I want. I'm not looking for someone to join us with the mindset of, oh, if I don't receive the results or I don't like it, I can leave in 30 days, because you're never going to get past that to that magical point of receiving those results, because you're just you're not being patient enough. So we
Right.
do have that year commitment so that we have members who are coming, who are ready to support and show up for each other.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's not a quick fix. You have to put some time and energy. You've got to, well, excuse the pun, but pay your dues, like in a work ethic way to actually see results. And that's true with anything. It's true with even social media. When people start posting out on social media, they expect just because they posted something, the sales will come or whatever. Things just don't work that way at all.
Most definitely. You're totally right. No matter what it is that you want to get better at, whether it is, a stronger Instagram presence, whether it's learning how to play the guitar,
Mm-hmm.
if you only give it a few weeks, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. You do want to celebrate, you want to set some goals, and you do want to celebrate those wins along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And savor that process, but you do have to have that mindset of, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Like,
That's
we're really
right.
going to take our time with this.
Yeah, there's no magic bullets. There really aren't. Is there any other tips that you want to share with us about setting up that we haven't covered already about setting up a membership?
Yeah, that's a good question. So something I wanted to share, I know that, if you bust out your notebook and you map out your notes
Mm-hmm.
of the kind of membership you want to create, I think it's really important to seek feedback from others. Go to someone who is your target client
Mm-hmm.
and run the ideas by them, and just, seek some raw feedback.
I really like that because what you may think you may think your member you might imagine your member's expectation being one thing and the results that they get from being a part of the membership being one thing. But to ask somebody else and say, hey, what would your expectations be? You might get a totally different answer, something that you weren't expecting, which could totally make your membership better if you ask that. You got to get. I think you have to get out of that tunnel vision, because I think a lot of times when we're creating something for our business, we just stay there and we think of this just one way of doing it. But then when you talk to somebody else, it's something completely different. So yeah, that's a good one.
1,000%. Yes, it is so great. I mean, not only is it great to be able to, identify some blind spots that you have, but
Mm-hmm.
it's also so great to have people who are along the journey with you, who are, hearing you out, who are getting excited for your idea and like pumping you up. Like, you need that when you have a fresh new idea, that you're looking to put out into the world.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome.
Um, Thank you so much. And another tip I have, Laura, is to really spend some time with the platforms you plan to use.
Mm.
So it's not to say that you're locked in forever if you choose, for example, Thinkific or Teachable or Kajabi, but I really recommend doing the trial, or even, excuse me, or even, um, you know, book that platform for a month. You can
Hmm.
cancel at any time, but really like start to build out your membership, add yourself as a test user, add a friend as a test user, really make sure it's going to be the right fit, because you do not want to do what I did, where at the time I uploaded all 80 of my members to Member Planet, got them all to switch over, and then a year later I was moving to a different platform. So save yourself that headache and really spend some time with those platforms. And then the third tip I have is like really, really think about your onboarding process. Like it is so important for a member to feel seen and heard from day one. And this is something I'm always working at getting better at. I'm not perfect. I am, nearly 4 years into my business. I'm always finding ways to get better. But I think you really need to make that person feel special and seen and heard. So really think hard about your onboarding process. Some things that we do is, they receive an automatic email that lets them know their next step. Which is to watch our welcome video. The welcome video gives them an idea of, okay, here's what to expect in your membership. Where some recommendations we have are for you to come to 2 events per month, to pop into the Facebook group once a week. And then they receive another automatic email to fill out our new member survey, which the survey is really where things get kicked off. I know surveys don't sound super exciting, but to get that gold package in the mail with your new member t-shirt, I can only do that if I get your mailing address. To add you to our member directory, I need some details from you. So we definitely have next steps for them. There are lots of fun gifts and lots of color too, so that, the communications are fun. But I think that's something really to think about too when you're getting started.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, is making sure that that person feels welcomed into the organization. And like you say, that can be hard, especially now that we're in this pandemic where there is no one-to-one or very limited one-to-one communications, where we're actually out at an event or something like that. So you can kind of feel lost in the shuffle. Are you doing anything differently during the pandemic to help people feel like they're more part of a bigger organization or bigger group?
Yeah, Laura. So Babe Crafted looked very different, before March of last year. Last year, before lockdown, before not being able to host any of our in-person events, we were hosting 2 events per month, one
Mhm.
virtual and one in person. That has changed. Now we have 4 or more events on the calendar. I've upped the ante on the reminders that I send members, because people really do need those gentle nudges,
Mhm.
because you get caught up in the task list, in the to-do list, in the chaos of your business. Sometimes you need that bit of extra help to say, hey, this event is coming up, like take a break and come co-work with us, or take a break and come to this babe talk or this workshop, so that you can get that bit of a reset. You can, learn some new things, and also get that camaraderie, that sisterhood that definitely changes your day-to-day experience as a business owner. Like you don't have to feel alone. You don't have to be lonely. Like you can move forward in your day alongside the other women who are also creative and ambitious, and building strong businesses.
So I have a question about like the online portion of it. How do you keep the meetings like fun and engaging and exciting? Because it can be hard, like getting on another Zoom call or another, virtual call, and have it be, it's just dry sometimes, because the body language and the energy is different on video than it is in person. How do you make those changes?
That's a phenomenal question, Laura. And it's something that I'm always working on too. But I am really happy about your question, because I am fresh off of uh, a coffee chat call. We had a coffee chat call this week. It was our largest Zoom turnout for members. We had 27 ladies on this call.
Wow.
Normally our events are much more intimate than that, based on everyone's schedules. But it took us quite a while to get through intros. But something that we do, that we did this time around, was in addition to sharing your name and your business with us, we also invited you to choose whether you excuse me, what I'm trying to say is, so name, business, and then we asked them if they wanted serious or silly. So
Okay.
to answer a serious icebreaker question or a silly icebreaker question. And it really changed everybody's like body language and tone, because we were like laughing together and having all this fun. In addition to, getting to know each other and getting to talk about, that month's focus on that coffee chat, which was content creation, a topic that everybody is looking for more help on. So I think it's important to entertain and to be silly and to surprise people. So that's something that I am going to that I'm working on getting better at as well, because we had such a great time on that call. I think that adding an element of fun, adding a game to it, is definitely a way to kind of change, get away from that Zoom fatigue for sure.
Yeah, Zoom fatigue is a real thing. I had it yesterday. It was
Fair enough. I get it. Yeah. It's, you want to kind of not feel like you're just kind of going through, oh, we got another Zoom call. Like you have to show up and go through the motions. Like, no, it can be fun and it can be interesting, and we can, still get some SHIT done.
That's great. Wow, Gina, this is really good. A lot of really great information. Is there anything else that maybe we didn't cover that you wanted to before we end here today?
Yeah. So something I wanted to mention is fostering authentic community and support
Mm-hmm.
amongst your members.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to start from you, like your members, as they're joining, like they don't know each other yet,
Mm.
and everyone is different when it comes to putting themselves out there, like what their comfort level is. So I have a strategy that I'm going to jokingly refer to today as no comment left behind. I make sure that nobody gets left hanging in the group, and that is something that I started doing from the beginning when members didn't know each other. Now there's a lot more familiarity because we have a really high retention rate. Most of our members, are now entering their 4th year of membership.
Wow.
So there is some familiarity with each other, but I make sure that, if you were going to put yourself out there and seek support in the form of, posting in the Facebook group, that you receive some attention and support back, because not only does that make them feel more confident to post again, but then other members who are seeing that, oh, well, they got what they needed, maybe I can too. And it fosters that, and it snowballs, to where it doesn't always have to be me, like members are showing up for each other.
So, do you have moderators in the group for that, or is that something that you're handling by yourself?
It's just me at this
Wow.
time. So, and I really enjoy it because it's important for me to stay in tune with my members.
Yeah.
Not only do obviously I know their names, I know their business, I want to learn about their goals. And the only way I can really do that is if I'm hearing them out and I'm spending time in that Facebook group. I'm spending time with them at the events. I'm spending time with them hopping on one-to-one calls or hearing from them on Voxer. So, some days it feels like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, I mean, that's where my time needs to be. Like, I need to be maintaining my relationships with members. I need to be helping my members form and nurture relationships with each other.
That's awesome. Just remind everybody again how they can get connected with Babe Crafted, where they can go for membership information and stuff like that.
Of course. Thank you so much, Laura. So babecrafted.com. You can also sign up for our newsletter. We send out Friday pep talks every Friday, obviously. So that's a really great way to stay in touch and check out upcoming community events we have where anybody can join in. It's a great way to receive some motivation in your inbox as well. And then you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Babe Crafted.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. And I think you have a little freebie or a little gift for our audience members. Is there a link or a planning tool or something you were going to send us or send them?
Yeah, I do. So you can also sign up on our website for my 30-day content guide. So just as, to add some more structure to the way you create content and put the joy back in your social media content creation. I know it can get overwhelming, ladies, but your audience wants to see you show up. I think that, having this tool is really going to be a little game changer for you.
Awesome. Fantastic. I'll put all of those links in the show notes so you guys can go check out Babe Crafted, follow Gina on Instagram, and then get your hands on that 30-day content planning guide. Gina, thanks so much for coming here today and talking with us and teaching us all about membership for our business.
Thank you so much, Laura. You're a rock star. I really appreciate being able to chat with you today.
Gina, thank you for being on the show. I am sure my audience is going to love everything they learned here today. Hey there, I just want to say thank you for spending time with me here today. I know your time is super valuable, which is why I am dedicated to providing lots of usable, actionable information in the shortest amount of time possible. Before you go, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. And if you have ideas or topics you would like me to cover in an upcoming show, let me know about it in the comment section provided.